Yes, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the S2K build. Sorry, my head's everywhere. I'm just trying to think about what I'm doing, what builds are going on and everything. It's getting a bit much. But yeah, I'm going to do a little update on you on what I'm doing on the S2K at the minute, and sort of try and put a video together of where we're going with it and things like that. So let me explain where we're at. Right, as you can see, she's back apart again. Basically, yeah, taking it apart, took the radiator out because obviously I've got to put a slimline fan on it, and just had a look at the radiator. Okay, we go like this. She's dead. She's falling apart. So I've told my mate that he's gonna have to get a new one. I'm not gonna put that back in the car. There's no two ways about it. So I said to him he's gonna have to get a new radiator. I've got to mount this aircon bracket just up a bit, as obviously it's close to the boost pipe, so that's got to go up. And the boost pipe, it just clears the boost pipe a bit better. It still clears it where it is, but just in case, like, you know, any movement or hit a bump or something, and anything moves. So yeah, that's where we're at. Taking this all off. Got the sandwich plate fitted with the oil feed, and like we see at the bottom, there you go, got the oil pressure sensor for the AEM gauge. We have the 4-bar map sensor all fitted now. So where I'm at is today, I'm sort of getting all the fittings done with the PTFE. You can tell how much I've used. So yeah, I'm gonna get all the fittings done on this. The turbo's clocked exactly perfect now. Why this is off now, I'm gonna start wrapping this. That's why I've got the water and obviously the downpipe out there. So that's gonna be wrapped and nice and obviously heat protected, because it's close to everything in there. I'm even debating on wrapping this now, the way I'm looking at things. So I mean, obviously it looks a lot prettier like that, but you'd rather it be safe than causing fires or melting things or just getting too hot under the bay generally. So I may wrap that as well. Undecided yet. I've got to talk to him and see what he's thinking about doing. But yeah, up here there's everything for it. So literally absolutely everything for it. So yeah, today I'm going to see where I can get, but it's mainly going to be sort of niggly bits at the moment, like wrapping. I'm probably going to take battery out ready to relocate in the boot. I'm going to look for a hole in the firewall to run cables in, obviously, because I'm going to have to run a lot of cables. I have to run oh no, hang on a minute, I might be able to do it from, I'm not 100% sure yet how I'm going to do it, what's best for him, because obviously we're going to fit another fuse box, like what I had on my EP3, just to monitor everything. So if anything goes pop, it go to that fuse box rather than taking out anything main. Just a safety feature really. So I may run everything from the boot and the battery into the interior, because obviously we've got to have gauges, things like that. Obviously I've got to have boost controller, which will come in from here, and obviously I'll have the junction box from where the battery was all the way inside as well. So I've got a few things to do, but I said I'll film what I can for you guys and get what I can done while I'm here, because obviously everything's done on my own. But I tell you what, these bad boy little cars, aren't they? Bad boy little cars. But this one's going to be lovely when it's done. Absolutely lovely. Mint car, like this one. But yeah, I'm going to crack on anyway, because I've got fueling to do as well. I forgot about. We've got catch tank, which is going to go there. There's so much to do on this, but I'm going to do what I can, guys. So, and I'm going to film what I can. Hope you're enjoying it. Stay tuned for this. Alright guys, I've done a bit since last filming, and as I said, I'm just cracking on with this because it's not my car. I don't really take the time with it. Like take the time to film. I just literally 100% on this car. That's probably why it won't seem like a lot's been done, because I'm taking my time on every part on this car and making sure it's done to the highest standard really. Whereas my ones, I'll do a decent enough job, but I'll just slap them together to go and race. Whereas someone else's car, you've got to put more than 100% in their car, because this is their pride and joy, this is their baby. So I'm going to show you what I've done and where I'm at with the build. And she's looking, I mean, she's looking good. I mean, I found out a few things that I didn't know about the K-Pro swapping and things like that, which are going to take a bit more longer than I thought, because I've got to swap some sensors on the engine, being an AP1 engine. Didn't know that, but now, I said, the learning process. Now I know to run the K-Pro, you've got to change a few sensors, and it should be plug and play after that. But we're getting there. Progress is happening, and I've learned that S2000s underneath the dash, and to get to fuel pumps and run wiring through, they are pretty piggy, to say the least. They are a bit of a nightmare, but we're doing it. Let me show you. I can't remember when the last clip was I filmed, but I've got all the sandwich plate fitted on. Feeds going, well, the feed going to the turbo, so go around there nice and hidden. It avoids everything. I've got to return here. I said before about notching that. I thought, you know what, what's being silly for? Just move the cartridge a little bit that way, it clears it. It's still pretty much pointing down, as you can see. It's a tiny notch to that, and that ain't gonna make a difference. So yeah, and I'm gonna run the line down here. It's gonna go underneath here, in between there, and it's gonna go to this side, left side of the sump, with an L bend, the L piece to go straight in. So that'll be the feed to the turbo. I don't really want to touch it because you get itchy, but yeah, I've wrapped this tight as hell, so I don't obviously melt nothing in there, which is obviously, that's fine. I don't really need to wrap anymore. That's the limits. I have got all the oil catch tank bolted on. I made the brackets myself, made it to the old battery tray. Yes, absolutely solid. With the catch tanks, got Torx one, I think. And then I'm gonna run 290s from here up through this gap into the head for the catch tank. I've got obviously the fuel rail fitted at AEM with the ID 1050s straight in there. I think I showed the 4-bar map sensor before. So yeah, I've obviously relocated the battery. There's a line going through. I'm not tied it up yet. Still got work to do, obviously, with the ECU, things like that. But that's going to run and route all the way down to here. I'm going to have the battery here. That's the fuel pump to get to. Under there. I said I've got a car like this. I've not ripped nothing or done nothing. That's all what he's brought it to me like. So yeah, it looks a bit of a pig to get to. But he said he wants an access panel made in here for future reference, for fuel pump issue. If he ever gets a fuel pump issue, he wants it to be able to access it quite easy from there. So that's his choice. Like that's something he wants. That's not my choice. So we're gonna make him an access panel from the top. And then yeah, and I've just started getting the gauges out in the meantime, and getting ready to route the wires, because obviously I've got to have obviously the oil pressure sensor coming to this side of the engine. I've got to have the wideband come to this side of the engine, and then the boost gauge. I've run the vac hose already. So the vac line runs down here, from there into the car now, so that's fine. I'm gonna make a grommet over here with the wires from here. And I'm going to make a nice clean grommet in here as well, and run the wiring down to the oil pressure sensor and to the wideband. But yeah, job is getting there. Parts are going down on the side now. So yeah, the job is getting done. But I'm just said with this video and this one, I'm just going to put together what I can and where we're going. So got radiator going to be ordered soon. We've got one. We like look off, I just hope it's not too thick. That's the problem, because obviously all the boost pipes and everything was mocked up with the stock radiator, and that being a wafer thin, that might have just caused a bit of a headache. We could get possibly another standard radiator, but I think he wants to go for an alley. So fingers crossed it might be all right. But that's where I'm at the moment, guys. Yeah, looking forward to this. Trust me, looking forward to this. But I'll film a little bit every time I do something. Like every time I sort of do days work on it, I'll film it and update you and things like that. Update the best I can. Sorry, it's literally cluttered everywhere. It's kind of hard trying to think about and build a car and film as well and put the clips together right. And remember last time I had the right clip in the right order, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so you get the gist. Right, now I've got no hardware for this. I need to get a bolt there and a bolt there. This obviously downpipe's all on, wrapped and that now. Manifolds on for the final time, bolted on, gates on, all of this is on solid. I just need to get 2 bolts for that, which ain't a problem. Feed obviously will go on once I've got them bolts on and I get a bit of PTFE, and then yeah, we'll whack that on. Oil catch doing today also, just reminded me actually I've got to drain the oil. But yeah, but I said I've got to put the clamps on, which won't take a minute. Got a couple of clamps on the intercooler already. So that's all on, put the boost pipes back on, and then I've got to take the rocker off and get the sump off what I just said. So, and then what I've done is, you see down here, you can barely see it under there, just where my finger is not really focusing, where these wires are, you can see it anyway. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the wideband and oil pressure sensor. So I've drilled a little wire clip there, just down here, and I've run the wires well out the way of all the exhaust. And obviously you can't really see it, so hard to see, it's so tight. Anyway, tip my finger, that's the end of the wideband, and obviously underneath this wire here, which you can see, is the oil pressure sensor. And obviously they'll run up, and I've managed to use the same grommet here. I said you can't even see them in the bay, so it looks pretty OEM, which is nice. And then obviously I've drilled a little hole in here and put a grommet in it. Obviously I've not sealed the grommet yet because I've got to probably have more wires go through, and obviously it's just not all sealed yet. But yeah, they're going into the interior for the gauges. So we are pretty much, I said, little bits left in the engine bay that we are buttoning up, but we're practically buttoned up under there, as you can see. New rad is on order. It's looking like a couple of weeks. And obviously when you want to change your management on anyone who's doing an AP1 turbo conversion with K-Pro, you need to change multiple sensors on the engine to the AP2 sensors or the K20 sensors. They're pretty much the same, as obviously all these are like B series sort of sensors, and the K-Pro doesn't work with them. So you have to change all that over as well, so that's got to be done. That's a learning curve for me, I didn't know. So I said this obviously first S2000 I've done, but yeah, that's got to be done as well. I think my mate's going to do that himself with the sensors and the clutch, because obviously he wants to save some labour time, which is fair enough, no problem at all. But we're going to get everything buttoned up ready for him just to do that sort of stuff. And then in here, obviously got the pillar gauge over there, and when it mounts up here, it can't fit 3 in this too long. So we're going to chop that down and make 2 there. And I'm going to run the 2 oil pressure and wideband from here, and they're going to wire down and obviously go under into a fuse box, which will go to ignition switch. So obviously I can switch it live when it's on, it's on, when it's off, it's off. So, and then obviously I've got to put all the interior back, make it look nice again. And then I've got to mount the battery tray that I've got over there. I'm going to nick my one for the time until this one turns up, and then we're going to mount the battery tray there. And then we need to get an earth cable, an earth strap for the battery, which I'm going to mount somewhere as well. So a lot has been going on. Don't look like it, but it's all the little fiddly jobs that are awkward ones. And obviously I've got to fit the air pump delete kit as well, which is over here somewhere, which is here. So yeah, but that's where we are at. So I'm gonna wrap this little episode up here. I don't know how long it is. I don't know how many clips. I've obviously not edited it yet as I'm talking. So when I get back to edit later or tomorrow, I'll let you know sort of when the next episode is going to be, and the next one will be the last one until tuning day. I've got a few plans for tuning days. I've got a few cars that need to be tuned, so I may have a word with Jesse and see if he can come up my way and we rent a dyno out for a day, because I think I've got about 4 or 5 cars that need to be tuned from this way. So yeah, maybe just a tuning day for everyone. So yeah, but hope you're enjoying the S2000 so far. As you can see, a lot has been done to it, and obviously these cars are beasts, man. Like, they just look so good. Like, honestly, this is a proper nice build, proper clean build. So everything is brand new, genuine parts. We're going to be running a nice 500 on this, and at the back wheels, it's going to be naughty. But I hope you liked it, and make sure you keep an eye out for the next S2K video. I said it might be a week or two, or yet, or I'm not sure, but make sure you keep an eye for it. Gonna be cracking on with mine soon. I'll be honest, I've said before, I put mine on the back burner because obviously it's not important at the moment, and obviously the weather's terrible and things like that. So hope you're enjoying the content on the channel, guys. Like, subscribe, share. Let's get this out there. Literally, let's just get this channel growing, because there's so much content on this channel. I was looking back, not the best content, but if you're someone who wants to build a car, you will learn from it. No matter what happens, you will definitely learn from it. So let's get out there and get ready for next year, because next year we're gonna be going some 10s and maybe better. So stay tuned, guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.